It's 5:23 a.m. on Tuesday, April 4th. And I just woke up about maybe 15-20 minutes ago, silently without an alarm, even though I have to wake up, but my alarm was set for 4:45 and I shut it off, went back to sleep and woke up like 20 minutes later. But the reason I'm making this video is starting at around 5:15 a.m., just maybe 10 minutes after I woke up and was sitting in bed, silently drinking coffee in the dark. Someone in the bathroom of Unit 78 that is directly behind my kitchen sink, and my kitchen sink is just a few feet from my bed, started smoking and burning the same exact sickening and nauseating combination of marijuana smoke and cigar smoke as they always have. And this person has always been in that bathroom. They lived in that unit for 8.5 years. They smoked the same exact nauseating set of chemicals and substances as they are smoking right now behind the wall of my kitchen sink. And I'm just going to turn on the light because they're right there. The odors are right around that window, that corner, in that area right there, because when I went up to that sink to get my coffee about 15-20 minutes ago, I was hit in the face, literally, by blasts of smoke from somebody smoking and burning something directly behind that wall. The odors are not coming from the door. I've actually just been over there, and because nobody ever stands in the hallway outside of my door deliberately smoking stuff, certainly not for, hours at a time, the smoke and the fumes are always coming from someone who is directly behind that wall. At the same time, there were noises coming from behind that wall that sounded like someone was in the shower that's directly behind my sink. So I don't know what's going on, but it's affecting my breathing. I have to keep my curtains closed because it's about 35 degrees outside and there's absolutely no heat in this unit right now. I called inspectional services earlier today because there has been no heat in this unit for like weeks, even though it's been, quite cold at night in the 30s. And right now, the baseboard heating pipes are once again ice cold. There's no heat right here. So this is where usually there is heat, where my hand is. This is the baseboard heating pipe where there is heat. And there isn't any heat at all right now. They're cold. So it's about 35 degrees. There's no heat. So that's another issue. And then, even more concerningly, is the noises that are coming from directly below this bed. And at the same time as there was someone in the bathroom of Unit 78 smoking stuff, and they're doing it right now. I mean, as I'm making this video, there are bursts of marijuana smoke and cigar smoke coming from right behind that wall, and someone's making noise there. So they want me to know that they're there. They're engaging in some kind of attention-seeking behavior directly behind that wall, and my entire unit right now is filling with the smoke and odors. It's making it hard for me to it's making my throat scratchy, and it's sticking in my throat. She wants me to know that she's right there, and she wants me to know that, no matter what I say or do to management or the emails that I send, she has the right to continue to access the bathroom of the empty unit that's behind this wall, because the unit that's behind this wall is vacant. Nobody lives in it. Management took me into it about a month and a half ago and showed me that it's unoccupied. And since then, the same exact person who lived in that unit for 8.5 years has continued to deliberately access that unit, even though management keeps telling me, oh, it's empty, nobody lives in it. And no, it's not possible for anyone to be in there. It's a locked unit. Well, duh, if she still has a key to her old unit, or even if she can pick the lock, then she can get in there. So I've sent a number of emails to management regarding the fact that somebody keeps accessing that unit, making noises against the wall, especially late at night and early in the morning when there's nobody in the office and maintenance isn't around to check up on what's going on. She does whatever she wants in there. And because she's a severely behaviorally dysregulated, psychosis-driven psychopath, she's also a sex offender. That's a verifiable fact. You can go down to the local police station and see all the sex offenders who live in this building. There's a number of them. One of them lives directly below me, and the other one is always in the bathroom behind this wall. That's weird. why would the sex offenders be all around where I live in my, like, why would management place sex offenders directly below, actually directly next door? There's one directly next door in 88, and then in 78 as well. And they continue to allow the sex offender named Jasmine Irizarry, who used to live in 78, to continue to access that unit. And then she engages in all kinds of really harmful and disturbing harassment whenever I try to use my bathroom or get ready to use my bathroom, as I am doing right now. I have to be somewhere today. So she always becomes really agitated and aggressive directly behind this wall right here. Whenever I start to get ready to go somewhere, try to take a shower, try to use the facilities in my bathroom, she smacks the wall, starts blowing all kinds of really overpowering, sickening fumes and odors straight through that wall. So that's happening right now at 5:23, 5:25 a.m., even though I woke up silently. So right now, nobody should know that I'm actually awake. But she's engaging in some very deliberate, targeted, and attention-seeking behavior directly behind this wall right here. And at the same time, within just a couple of minutes of me sitting up in bed silently at around 5:10, 5:15 a.m., the sex offender directly below me in Unit 76 started making multiple loud banging noises directly beneath my bed. So they're not coming from there. They're coming actually from right here, directly like against this wall and below the headboard area of my bed, directly below one floor down. That's not an accident. That person makes a lot of really loud banging noises whenever I wake up every day. It doesn't matter what time I wake up. The banging noises happen within about 30 seconds of me quietly sitting up in bed and usually just sipping my coffee. It's usually what happens when I start drinking my coffee and I'm putting like a coffee bottle in my mouth. Then the sex offender directly below in 76 starts making violent banging noises whenever I put anything in my mouth. I've noticed this. They have this mouth fetish or something, and it only happens if I'm putting like a Gatorade bottle or a coffee bottle or something that involves me putting something at my mouth. They have a mouth obsession, and it only happens, again, when I put stuff in my mouth. I started noticing this one day when I was like drinking something, and they would make a violent banging noise as I was putting the bottle to my mouth to try to drink. Boom. And then I waited, and then the same thing happened. You know, it's very activity specific and moment by moment, real time. It occurs moment by moment in real time. So obviously there are surveillance devices in here. I mean, that's now something that's in the public domain, and everybody pretty much knows about it. My sister knows about it. People who at my work project that I just completed 2 weeks ago know that there are surveillance devices in here, and they were actually talking about it. So there's that. This is not a private living space. This is a public forum, because if people can see what you're doing in the privacy of your living space, it's not a living space anymore. It's a public. It might as well be like the local shopping mall. It's not a private living space, so you shouldn't have to pay for that, obviously.